Good morning, everybody. This is Steve from Gamblers in Recovery. Hope everyone is well out there today and having themselves a very positive start to a good Wednesday, midweek. So it's hump day. And it's kind of that time of the week where we feel it's a bit of a funny day, really, Wednesday, because it's midweek, it's kind of not quite weekend, and we've just got over the last sort of couple of days of being in a weekend, sort of scraping the cobwebs off and things like that. So I just thought I'd do a little video here today. I posted this morning on my Facebook account and Instagram account about having a positive belief in yourself and being in a really good mindset. And you know, I got a lot of good responses from people, and it's fair to say that people out there in general, I feel, have got a really positive mindset. And you know, it's evident that this is a big thing now. It plays a massive part, especially in mental health and obviously gambling addiction recovery as well. It plays a very, very big part in actual gambling addiction recovery. I've found this over the last few years, that keeping yourself in a real good place most of the time does keep the gambling demon at bay. And that is a really difficult skill. Believe me, it's a really tough thing to do. And it's not something that you can switch on and off. It's something that needs to be practiced every day. Something that, you know, is always there, and you have to be mindful of it. You know, practicing something and repeating it is how we get good at things. It's how we become better people. It's how we get good at everyday things, because our mindset and our positive mindset is the function and the key for how we are as human beings. I was watching a thing this morning, a doctor called Brian Lipton, really, really interesting guy, talks about the anatomy, talks about the brain function, talks about cells and how cells play a massive important role in our everyday biology. And some interesting facts is that we actually have 50 trillion cells in our body. Okay, so that's a hell of a lot of cells in there. And each cell has a negative input and a positive. It has a negative and a positive. Inside each cell, there's a negative volt, and outside the cell, there's a positive volt. It's basically, they're electricity, our cells. And the cell holds protein, because cells are made from protein, and they hold 1.4 volts of electricity. So they're like a battery, basically. A cell is a battery, and it's the body's way of, that's how the human being exists, is through cells. We are basically one giant cell. So we actually have 700 trillion volts going through our body every day, believe it or not. I mean, that's a hell of a lot of voltage. That's how we're allowed to think. That's how we're allowed to move. It's how we're allowed to be human beings and function every day. Now, what we feed into these cells is about our brain function and our perception. So it keeps us alive, and it keeps us on track of our brain functionality and our mindset. And our mindset plays a huge, huge role in our everyday mood and our everyday being. So tapping into those positive thoughts and positive cells every day is really key to a healthy, happy life. You know, affirmations every day, you know, waking up, having a good thought, saying, yeah, I feel good today. I feel amazing today. I'm going to do some positive things today. I'm going to make the day count. Okay. I'm going to make the day today count, because look, life's short, guys. Life is short, and it's too short to be negative. Okay. Negative thoughts also play a massive part in our biology. They create disease, because our brain is tuned in to the cells. Okay. And, you know, we feed our positive energy into our cells. which our cells then vibrate. You know, I mean, look into this, guys. I've researched this. I mean, it's a really interesting topic and a real interesting piece of study as well. So think about your cells, because our cells are how we function. You know, this is how we live every day. Our speech, our expressiveness, our emotions, you know, everything starts with the cell. You know, we've got 50 trillion of them in there. You know, each one of them has 1.4 volts, so that's 700 trillion. You know, it's mind blowing. Really is mind blowing. So there's a bit of a lesson today, a little bit of